Welcome to footballgameplan.com, where football makes sense. I'm Tyler Merkovich. That's Emery Hunter's Art of Playbook, bringing you Week 13 coverage of the NFL season. The New Orleans Saints travel to Washington to take on the Redskins, and the Redskins just gave up a bunch of big plays to the Eagles. Otherwise, they played a pretty solid game all around. Red zone offense, red zone defense, they had it, but they were giving up big plays to the Eagles. And that's what the Saints do. Big plays down the field. So the secondary will be tested. What are your keys to victory for New Orleans?
Defensively, turn up the heat on Jason Campbell. Make him get the ball out of his hands quick. That is where he struggles, to get the ball out of his hands fast. Plus, you put a lot of pressure on that struggling offensive line. So, which leads to number two. You want to play the run all the way to the quarterback, because you look at where the Redskins are. They're down to Rock Cartwright as their tailback. So they're struggling right now. You have to play the run on the way to the quarterback, blitz early and often in this game. Second, you can attack these guys vertically. Don't attack the linebackers in the passing game, because they do have some really athletic linebackers in McIntosh as well as Fletcher, who is a future Hall of Famer in my book. So attack these guys. The cornerbacks are the weak spot. Rodgers, I've really never been sold on D'Angelo Hall as well too. Landry is more of a strong safety as opposed to a free safety. So attack the Redskins secondary vertically. Don't worry about underneath routes, because you may struggle with that. Third, you have to make sure you protect up front, because Drew Brees is the prized possession of New Orleans. Washington can't get after the quarterback. They do have a really good defense front seven. It's the backboard that they have a problem with, in which the Saints should be able to exploit.
And for Washington, Clinton Portis has been out. They haven't relied on the running game. They're relying on the short passing game. What are your keys to victory for the Skins, who actually beat the Saints last year in D.C.?
Right, and what they have to do, they do have two tight ends that they can utilize to run the football right at this pressure. You have to make running an attitude. You don't want to sit back there and try to pass the ball against a blitzing defense. That's going to get your quarterback killed, which got him killed last week against Philadelphia. So they have to run right at this pressure too. They have to really dink and dunk their way down the field. So the receivers have to get off bump coverage and really play up and catch the ball in these short passes and break tackles. Yards after catch is going to be huge in this game, because the Saints won't allow these guys to get beat deep, because the pressure is going to be coming because of the offensive line. And third, special teams is going to have to be huge. They're going to have to make the Saints go to long field. They're going to have to win the special teams battle. If there is a chink in the Saints' armor, it is the special teams unit. Return units, they can be gashed for big gains, so they're going to have to get some big plays in the return units. I like the Saints in this matchup. This is a different team last year as opposed to this year. Sean Payton is a difference, because he's calling the better plays as opposed to what he was calling last year.
Haynesworth's getting back on the field. I think this is a trap game, but I'm still taking the Saints. I think they're going to make enough plays, and it's going to be tough to defend that passing game of the Saints. And, I mean, the Redskins' offensive line has been abysmal, and you know Greg Williams is coming after Jason Campbell, and Greg Williams knows the Redskins system well.
Well, you got to ask yourself, who is the third cornerback for the Redskins? We don't know. Who is the fourth cornerback for the Redskins? We don't know. But those two guys are going to have problems against the Saints' third and fourth wide receiver.
Robert Meacham, Lance Moore, Devery Henderson, whichever ones they choose. It's like pick your poison. For more, visit footballgameplan.com/NFL.